Previously on Silver and Steel. Our story begins along a dusty road, surrounded by golden fields of wheat as far as the eye can see, where a young dwarven girl named Millie is about to make a new friend.
She comes upon a large mechanical creature picking, I don't know, what would you say, Lauren, that this creature is doing?
Well, I'm probably currently picking dirt out of bits and parts of me because I just crawled my way out of a hole nearby that was probably a little too small. So I'm working on getting all the bits of dirt and cleaning stuff off. Oh, hi! It's nice to meet you. I didn't think I was going to meet anybody on the road already. This is kind of nice. Hi.
Her brown eyes go as large as they can, and she pokes you with her stick.
Hey, no, don't do that. Hey, I'm going to push her stick away.
I ain't never seen the likes of you around here.
Well, I've never seen the likes of you either. But I've never been around here, so I guess that makes sense. My name is Callie. I would like to meet you officially, if you're not going to poke me with another stick.
Millie asks Callie to come with her to Port Argent, where she can speak to the council, but they need to make one quick stop along the way.
And she heads down a few miles and stops at a very small farmstead, where we come upon a halfling who is arguing with the farmer tending to the crops.
Okay, just tell me, which way is Hooperduke, okay? If you just point me, I will go, I will be out of your hair and off your land, okay?
I don't know where Hooperduke is, says the tall half-orc.
Everywhere is terrible.
You see Millie, you see the cart kind of pull up, and Millie hops down. Hey, I've come to retrieve you.
Oh, word travels fast in these parts, huh? Like, are you some sort of wizard? And did you, like, message her to have the...
I sent a bird. Did you fall on your head?
Yes. But that happens a lot. It's fine. Last time I know
somebody who can take a look at you.
Well, last time I fell out of the sky, I was hanging from a sign and I was upside down and I was on fire. So having landed in these wonderful, lovely radishes was actually an overall improvement than what happened to me before. So things are moving in the right direction, I think. Oh, I'm Freely, by the way, and I do extend my hand to Millie.
Millie, Freely and Callie complete their journey to Port Argent, where they are brought into a meeting of the local council, and Freely quickly spots a familiar face.
I walk towards him like I'm gonna hug him. Oh my God, Avren!
No, I don't think. Nope. How you doing, Freely? Why do you smell of radishes so much right now? I'm look confused. Also, why do you have radishes on your shoes?
When I get close enough,
what's up with Farmer Construct over there?
I punch him as hard as I can with my mechanical hand, and I try and smite him, but it doesn't go off. I'm like, oh.
When he does that, I manifest my knife and I immediately move to get into flanking. And I'm like, well, that happened very fast. I don't know why, but here we go. And both of my knives are out.
What's all this ruckus? Sofieus, you're good at keeping the peace. Can you get these heathens to shut up for a moment so we can figure out who these outsiders are?
Oh, yes, of course. Avren, I told you, you should not be interfering with people's lives so much.
Sofieus, when I met you, you were a tree.
Really? I have heard so much about you. Is it okay if I give you a hug?
Avren and Sofieus are the most recent additions to this recently formed and rather chaotic council.
People start yelling at each other and you hear Sal say, well, it's you. It's gotta be you. And then you hear the half-orc say, I actually think there is a dragon. Prophecy says, and then you hear this like squirrely guy that everyone's talking over be like, I don't really know if prophecy, I don't think we should base all of our decision making on very old texts. And his brother says, you are idiots. You're all idiots. You really think there's a dragon?
After much bickering, the council hires Freely and Callie to help Avren and Sofieus with a task.
The prophecy is not exactly of your concern at this time, as the council has not yet decided on how to act on it. Today we are meeting to discuss the loss of one of our caravans. And you hear Sal from the other side of the table, the little mutton chops goblin say, yeah, So we trade with the nearby city. We make silver here. I feel like if for nothing else, maybe we can send you to figure out what happened to our caravan. It was on its way to the nearby port to trade, and it never made it.
The group soon departs, but along the road out of town, they run across Millie once again. However, she's not looking her usual cheerful self.
Keep it down, will ya? One of my beasts has already run off scared. And you see a familiar face. You see Millie.
Oh, who is this?
By the side of the road, covered in mud. And you notice her cart has toppled over. One of the wheels is broken. And only Bessie number 2 is there.
Oh, no.
And she looks utterly defeated. She's just sitting there on her haunches, like covered in mud with like kind of a pouty look on her face. Her
Sofieus
little,
approaches her and asks,
freckles on her pretty brown skin.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the utterly defeated joke.
Utterly defeated.
Utterly defeated.
Is everything okay? Can we help you?
Well, I mean, take a look, Sofieus. Nothing's okay.
What happened?
Something came out of the woods, scared one of me beasts, and here we are.
Together, the group repairs the cart, but while they're all distracted, Callie wanders off on the trail of Bessie 1.
And you manage to sneak up on Bessie, who is nursing a injured leg. If you notice that she kind of gets her hackles up at the briefest sign of anything, but then like calms down again. She's just breathing very labored and like making like small sounds of pain and discomfort, but she doesn't know you're there.
Using her telepathic abilities, Callie guides the rest of the group towards her, and after befriending and healing the injured beast, freely climbs atop it, and uses the vantage point to look for its attacker.
Not even 100 feet from where you are, you see a large mangled beast on 4 haunches, matted fur. One eye is like scarred and muzzle covered in blood. And you just see this giant, shaggy, wolf-like creature gnawing on what you can only imagine is Bessie's leg or parts of it.
The group rushes forward, but quickly discovers the creature was not alone, so freely lights them up with some fairy fire and sets Callie up to easily dispatch one of these creatures with her psychic blade.
17 psychic damage, and then the knife disappears into a puff of smoke.
I'm going to pull out a stick of butter out of my satchel.
Uh-huh.
And I have a staff on my back that has like a dragon's head at the end of it with its mouth open. I'm going to shove the butter inside the dragon's head and point it at the ground beneath the one that we can clearly see, and cover a 10-foot square with grease.
Okay.
So it like vomits grease.
You have a
The
dragon staff that's like, I'm like
it's like
imagining
vomiting
Inuyasha
grease
for some reason. Like, you know, the staff of, I don't know if anybody else watches that, but
See, now I just want to know, are you casting grease, but you're actually casting with butter, so now there's just butter
I am casting
everywhere.
grease, but one of the components is butter, so...
It's so Freely's just gonna go and just lay and roll around in the butter puddle after this. Like, he's done fighting. He's like, ah.
Oh man,
Okay,
basting.
not only when we kill them, it's gonna be so tasty.
Avren strikes the matron of the pack with his thunder gauntlets and follows up the next round of an energy dart, wounding the monster, moments before Millie, Bessie 1 and Bessie 2 come barreling into the fray.
you all manage to jump out of the way just in time. And as Millie like comes to a crunching halt, and her wonderful beasts of burden try to get their revenge at this moment. They don't, but their stamping and tramping scares the large matron away. Well, I didn't believe it, but it looks like y'all vanquished the Weredile.
Well, we only managed to kill a couple of them. There's still 2 left. Should we hunt them down?
She looks around. I don't think that'll be necessary.
I'm like, good, because I do like light up with the Eldritch Blast. I'm like, I could have shot her when she was running, but that seemed unnecessary.
I don't know how I can thank you anymore, but I'll do you a good one. Why don't you hop on board and I'll help you get to where you're going?
Great. And I actually help Avren up Because again, I read like he got knocked down and bitten, and I see him bleeding, and I'm like, you really are normal.
Yes, I'm not lying. I really am mortal. And I'm also really bad at math because I actually did like 9 points of damage, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
I
because
just want you to remember.
No, I'm just having trouble with my intelligence lately. Ever
want you
since
to-
I've stopped
I just
being a
want you
demigod, you know, it's
to remember one thing in your
What?
darkest moment, in your
What?
greatest need,
What?
you turn to me to save you.
Oh God, don't bring me down.
Go
Oh
get in the
God,
cart.
I'm so sad now.
Sophia's noticed that the bulls seem really excited to scare away these wolves, and she's talking to them and saying, well, it is such a good thing you showed up. We would not have defeated them if you had not shown up and scared them away.
They're very excited because you're very nice and you smell like apple turnovers.
I mean,
Do
is
you
They
it-
have
nuzzle you and lick your hands.
I give them an apple turnover. Here you go, girl. You deserve it. Bull, you deserve it.
And I watch in fascination as these apple turnovers are produced and eaten. I'm just like,
Just magically popping up into her hand, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
just watching. I'm just like intent on this food that you've just created.
Oh, Callie, would you like one?
Yes, please.
Here you go. Can
and
you
I
eat
take
them?
it. I can. I don't do anything with it. It just comes out the other end, but they're fascinating. I'm holding it. I'm just looking at it.
Well, that is yours to keep.
Well, thank you. I will probably dissect it later.
Okay. If there's any more food you ever want to dissect, you let me know.
I'm kind of interested in all of it, actually.
Okay.
Sure.
You all load into the back of the cart. She gives the two Bessies a gentle sort of nudge. And she says, you know, they always say that we shouldn't let outsiders in. But I have to say, thank you for coming through for me. I kind of thought you all were too important to maybe help small, wee farm lass like myself with such a small problem. But I have to say, I appreciate it. And as you sit in the creaking cart and roll slowly towards your next destination, that is where we will end today's session. Thank you so much for joining me for the very first episode of Silver and Steel.
You can catch the next episode of Silver and Steel on Tuesday at 6 PM Pacific on twitch.tv/D&D Beyond.